Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video report of this year's season for 2013. It is March 5th, and we're looking forward to a great early spring season here on the Arkansas River. So this report will focus on Lower Bighorn Sheep Canyon and the Canyon City area, and we will also spotlight the Pueblo Tailwater. Right now, we are looking at a tremendous increase in activity due to the stonefly molt. Every year, stoneflies go through a phase of their life cycle called the molting process. This is a process where they change in coloration, they change from a darker to a much lighter coloration overall, and their shucks or their shells get much softer in nature, and so fish really start to key on stoneflies at this time period because they're easy to see, they're an easy target, and they're much easier to digest. So as far as the fishing goes through the winter, this is our pretty much our premier start to the season due to the fact that the stonefly activity is so high and the fish really start to get kicking around. And it just so happens that the blue-winged olive activity, as far as the nymphs go, is tremendous as well. Those blue-winged olives are small and very dark, so we're focusing on darker patterns in the size 20 to 22 range at this point. We'll be moving into 18s here in the next week. Flows on the Arkansas at Wellsville are 225 CFS this morning. We expect those flows to maintain in the next few weeks. We may have a bump in flow as we near the end of the month and start into the caddis season. We expect great weather this week into the mid-60s on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday expecting a little bit of a cool down in the afternoon and some great rain showers, so we might have our first little bit of localized hatching for our blue-winged olive adults. So look forward to that this weekend. As far as patterns go, let's run through it real quick. I'm going to start with our stonefly nymphs, a variety, but make sure to stay lightly colored. I'm going to show you one new stonefly pattern tied by Larry Kingery. This is a new design for our Terra Narcissus that are now in the river, which were stocked last year, which is the largest in the stonefly family. They're very reddish in coloration. And Larry has called this new pattern the Arkansas Bitch Creek. So this is a great new big stonefly attractor nymph that everyone should get in and try. You know, fish are definitely on the Terra Narcissus already, and we will see them hatching in June, so look forward to that. Other great golden stone patterns that are lightly colored, going back to the Arkansas rubber leg, that again Larry Kingery's pattern, a mainstay on this river. Going to the double tungsten golden stone, excellent coloration, very lightly colored, very buggy and heavy, double tungsten bead. Hogan's two-tone stone, let's see if I can get it here, which is an excellent coloration for this stonefly molt as well, very lightly colored on the backside, very lightly colored on the underbody, and great profile with those biots. So excellent pattern. That again is Hogan's two-tone stone. Another lightly colored, little bit smaller stonefly pattern, back to the Moorish's Iron Sally. The Iron Sally is an excellent representation and by far my #1 producing stonefly of last year. So When we get into Yellow Sally time period on this river, the Moorish's Iron Sally will be excellent, but a great pattern right now as well. That's the Moorish's Iron Sally. That's a size 12. All of these stoneflies I've showed you are going to be a size 8 to 12, and the big Bitch Creek Terra Narcissus is a size 6. We also tie them in a size 4. Moving into droppers, focusing on nymphing right now obviously, but some blueing activity will be coming shortly, maybe by this weekend. As far as the droppers go, starting with caddis imitations, I'm already throwing what we call a super pupa. Again, this is one of Moorish's patterns. This super pupa is an excellent just caddis representation, and there are a lot of caddis larvae in the river right now. We look forward to the caddis larvae starting to close their cases here in the next 3 to 4 weeks in preparation for hatch time. So another caddis larva, just a standard metallic larva, excellent representation, that caddis larva in a tungsten bead as well. Going into the blue-winged olive imitations, the biotic mayfly, excellent representation for a blue-winged olive nymph. Very dark, very slender, but does have a nice wing profile as well, or thorax there. Great representation there. Moving into another great blue-winged olive representation right now, has some purple hue to it. The Spitfire, excellent representation, micro rubber legs coming off, very buggy, and that purple is a great color right now. Always, fishing at purple prints during this time period as well. Another very dark, very small, size 22, indigo child, excellent blue-winged olive representation for that narrow profile. Great flashback wing case. Excellent pattern. That's a glass bead. Will ride a little bit higher in the water column. Another emerger type pattern. The freestone emerger, very RS2-like, but a little bit more flash on the body and a little bit better color representation on the body. That's the freestone emerger. Some standby patterns. The 2-bit hooker, Charlie Craven's 2-bit hooker in the blue-winged olive coloration, and that we tie that in a light olive. We tie it a little bit different than everyone else to mimic our blue-winged olives in the Arkansas, but 2-bit hooker, light olive for the blue-winged olive. And then one of my #1 producing flies in the last week or so, and will be, and I don't see it slowing down much for a blue-winged olive nymph representation as well as a merger, is the S&M nymph. Excellent tungsten bead, flashback, thorax, excellent profile and segmented body. So that's the S&M nymph. Moving into dry flies. As far as dry flies go, we will be focusing exclusively on blue-winged olives in the coming weeks, in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So, Larry Kingry's High Vis Adams, excellent pattern, perfect profile, very easy to see, that High Vis Adams. A great new pattern that will just be a killer pattern for not only midge hatches as well, but also blue-winged olive hatches in the coming weeks. The Pheasant Tail Dry, High Vis PT Dry, excellent profile, very easy to see, nice wing, little CDC underwing, excellent pattern. And a standby pattern always will be one of my favorites, and you will find this in my box every day, Quigley's Film Critic. and a blue-winged olive. Also going to be some midges hatching out there, have been for the last month or so and throughout the winter, so definitely have a few midges in your box as well. Touching on the tailwater real quick, below Pueblo Reservoir, low flows but good fish activity. We do have some fish in the river spawning or mock spawning, some of them successfully spawning, some of them just mock spawning. They are on reds. Those fish do not need to be fished to. Be aware of that when you're fishing that watershed. With this low water, fish the heavy structure, same type of nymphing system, except on your front fly, go with more attractor nymphs on your San Juan worms, egg patterns, etc. Same blue-winged olive nymph droppers that I've explained for the upper river, and definitely some midge activity, so you can have some midges in your box there. We do have a great event coming up on March 16th. That's a Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Our grand opening event last year went so well, we decided to kick it up a notch for this year. We're calling it our spring kickoff. We have reps here from different manufacturers. You can demo rods out in the here at the fly shop. We've got some great sale items. Keep your eyes out for that. It will be posted on our website. And we also have beer and pizza. So should be a great little party, a great way to get out and social, event to get out and talk to other anglers in anticipation for the spring season starting off with a bang. So, if you have any questions about anything we've covered today in this report, please feel free to contact us toll free at 888-994-6743. We are taking reservations for our guide service, and we have limited space available during the caddis hatch in April and early May, as well as late March. So if you have any questions there, please give us a call. Feel free to email us directly at info@royalgorgeanglers.com. Thanks so much for viewing. Have a great day on the water.